Ladies and gentlemen, please be seated. Well, once again, good afternoon to you all, and welcome to Salford Hall for the very special occasion of the marriage of Roger and Barbara. This is a day that they will remember all of their lives, and you, their friends and relatives, are here to share in their happiness, to wish them both well, and make this a memorable and most joyous occasion for them both. A marriage may only take place in a building which has been licensed for that purpose, and the place in which we are all now met has been duly registered according to law for the celebration of marriages. You are all here today to witness the joining in matrimony of Roger Vincent Charlton and Barbara Ann Bate. If any person here present knows of any lawful impediment to this marriage, they should declare it now. We're going to move swiftly on. Now, although a civil ceremony is simple and without ritual, the vows that Roger and Barbara will make here today are solemn and binding. Marriage is a desire by two people to share themselves with each other and a willingness to accept each other for who they are. For Roger and Barbara, getting married today is the confirmation of the love, respect and friendship that they have for each other. Together they will be stronger to meet whatever life may hold for them. But now I'm going to ask each of you in turn to respond to this question with the words "I do." It is actually your confirmation of you getting married today and your intention to marry. So, Roger, you're going first. Do you, Roger, take Barbara to be your lawful wedded wife, to be loving, faithful and loyal to her for the rest of your life together?
I do.
Barbara. Do you, Barbara, take Roger to be your lawful wedded husband, to be loving, faithful and loyal to him for the rest of your life together?
I do.
Roger and Barbara, before you are joined in marriage today, it is my duty to remind you both of the solemn and binding character of the vows that you are about to make. Marriage in this country is the union of two people, voluntarily entered into for life to the exclusion of all others. So I shall firstly ask you, then Roger, and then you, Barbara, to declare that you do not know of any lawful reason why you may not be married to each other today. After you have made those declarations, you will then contract your marriage before your formal witnesses, your family and friends gathered here today. So Roger, nice and clearly, after me please, if you'll say these words. I do solemnly declare.
I do solemnly declare.
That I know not.
That I know not.
Of any lawful impediment.
Of any lawful impediment.
Why I, Roger Vincent Charlton.
Why I, Roger Vincent Charlton.
May not be joined in matrimony.
May not be joined in matrimony.
To Barbara Ann Bate.
To Barbara Ann Bate.
And now Barbara. I do solemnly declare.
I do solemnly declare.
That I know not.
That I know not.
Of any lawful impediment.
Of any lawful impediment.
Why I, Barbara Ann Bate.
Why I, Barbara Ann Bate.
May not be joined in matrimony.
May not be joined in matrimony.
To Roger Vincent Charlton.
To Roger Vincent Charlton.
So now the moment has arrived for Roger and Barbara to contract their marriage before you all. Roger and Barbara, I'm now going to ask you to repeat these words which will unite you as husband and wife. These vows are a formal and public pledge of your love and a promise of lifelong commitment to one another. So I'd like you to turn and face one another, please, and hold both hands. Now I need you to say your marriage vows clearly after me. I need you to say them so your two formal witnesses, who are Trudy and Judith, that they can hear you clearly. Hopefully so that everyone can. But please remember, most importantly, you're saying these vows to each other. So again, Roger, you're going first. I call upon these persons here present to witness that I, Roger Vincent Charlton, do take thee, Barbara Ann Bate, to be my lawful wedded wife. Well done. And now, I call upon these persons here present to witness that I, Barbara Ann Bate, do take thee, Roger Vincent Charlton, to be my lawful wedded husband. Well done both. So I'm now going to do a little reading for you. It's actually entitled The Meaning of True Love. The meaning of true love isn't found in a book or explained in a word or a phrase. It can't be defined in a casual thought or explained in the simplest of ways. Love gives only itself. It does not possess, yet creates a bond strong and true. Love does not demand. It stays young and free, yet grows with you all your life through. Love isn't a fashion, a trend or a whim that's forgotten or just cast aside. Love is constant, fulfilling your hopes and your dreams. It doesn't destroy or divide. Love isn't accusing, it does not condemn, and though some may say love is blind, love is trusting, forgiving and honest, because it lives in the heart, not the mind. Love is not bought or sold, or it's not borrowed, or has a price you would willingly pay. Love is a gift that can only be kept as long as it's given away. So now, ladies and gentlemen, we come to the exchange of rings, which is the traditional way of Roger and Barbara sealing the vows that they have just made. So if we could now have our rings, which I believe I have here. So Roger, would you take Barbara's ring for me, please? There we go. I'd like you to place the ring onto her finger. There we go. All the way on, that's it. Holding the ring in place, Roger. As you say these words after me. Barbara, I give you this ring.
Barbara, I give you this ring.
As a sign of our marriage.
As a sign of our marriage.
And a symbol of our love.
And a symbol of our love.
Well done. Now, Barbara, would you like to take the ring you're going to give to Roger? Placing the ring onto his finger.
Maybe that's fine.
Holding the ring in place. As you say these words after me. Roger, I give you this ring.
Roger, I give you this ring.
As a sign of our marriage.
As a sign of our marriage.
And a symbol of our love.
And a symbol of our love.
The wedding ring is an unbroken circle. It has no beginning and it has no end. It symbolises unending and everlasting love. So for Roger and Barbara, the giving of these rings is an outward sign to the world of their marriage and a reminder in the years to come, the very important step they're taking today. Roger and Barbara, marriage is the union of two hearts. It lives on in the love that you give to each other. It never grows old, but thrives on the joy of each new day. May you always be able to talk with each other. to confide in each other, to laugh with each other, and enjoy your life together. Would you like to hold hands for me? Roger and Barbara, you have both made the declarations of marriage as prescribed by law, and have made a solemn and binding contract with each other in the presence of your formal witnesses, your family and your very special guests gathered here today. Today is the start of a new life for you together, and we all hope that the feeling of love that you have for one another will deepen and grow ever stronger in the years to come. But now it gives me the greatest pleasure to pronounce that you are now lawfully joined together as husband and wife. And Roger, you may kiss your beautiful bride and we'll give you a big round.
Blackbird singing in the dead of night. Take these broken wings and learn to fly. All your life, you're only waiting for this moment to arise.
Blackbird singing in the dead of night. Take these sunken eyes and learn to see. All your life, you were only waiting for this moment to be free. Blackbird fly.
Blackbird fly. Blackbird singing in the dead of night. Take these broken wings and learn to fly. All your life, you're only waiting for this moment to be free. You're only waiting for this moment to arise.
You were only waiting for this moment to arise. You were only waiting for this moment to arise.
Bottom table down there, please. Can you hear me at the far table? Good. I have identified potential hecklers, and sanctions will be taken tomorrow. Done. Right, my wife has told me to say a few words. Because I don't get married very often. I thought I'd look it up on Google, and I've got some instructions from them. First of all, I have to make a few thanks. I have to thank the bride's parents for having such a lovely girl and for paying for the wedding. I have to thank my parents for having such a lovely lad. And of course I have to thank the best man for making the funny jokes. That's not to forget the flower girls, the page boys, the ushers, and God knows who else. All you've got is me, I'm sorry. So in a few minutes' time you can start enjoying yourself when I finish. Some people have asked me why it took me so long to propose. In fact, most everyone has asked me that. And I blame the National Health Service. Proposing involves getting down on your knee. And I had a bad knee, they replaced my knee, I had to convalesce. Then I had another bad knee, and they replaced that, and I had to convalesce. And then I had a bad hip, and they replaced that, and I had to convalesce. Well, I'll finish. Well, I haven't finished, but I'll finish there because I go on for too long until I've figured out how to do it without kneeling down. And so, at least Barbara has now reeled me in. And what a catch! A husband who's pretty well all new. Right, back to my Google instructions. They said I shouldn't overdo the compliments to my new wife because, after all, today speaks for itself. But I should just say something in the way I know best, and so I thought I'd make a comparison to some of the cars I've owned. My first car was a Singer Bantam. You've got to be quite old to know all about it. A sea of answers, compact and a new love, just like Barbara. Then came a sunbeam rapier, sleek, fast and pretty. I had a series of 11 Job Austin princesses. I've suffered. And of course, she's one of my princesses. Then I had a Rolls Royce, still got the Rolls Royce, simply the best, just like Barbara. Right now, I'm into Bristols.
Don't go there.
You may. I know, it gets worse. You may have wondered why our tables are named after holiday destinations. It's just simply they're places we've been and enjoyed, and we would like to go again sometime perhaps. They're not the itinerary for our honeymoon. I can reveal now that our honeymoon is going to be a Rolls-Royce treasure hunt on Sunday and an appointment with a diabetic and asthma on Monday. True. Thinking of travel, our marriage today confirms a new trend. It's almost exactly a year since we went to Gary and Becky. What's her name? Gary and Becky's wedding on the Greek island. Now, 12 months later, it's our wedding. So in 12 months' time, who knows? No names, no pack draw. But I have looked it up, and British Airways flight BA2157 flies weekly on Thursdays to Antigua. Yes, I know that Salford Prize is a big travel, but it's lovely to have you all here, of course. Nor, for that matter, would it be big travel to go to on a luxury hotel break next week in North Devon. But that's precisely what we're doing, my love. I forgot to mention it. Whilst check your diaries. I only checked one of them.
Cancel that golf match, Barbara.
Whilst on the subject, I should congratulate Tom and Anna over there in Villamore on their invention. I emphasise there's no connection to my earlier comments about time and destination. I don't want others in the room to think that they're off the hook. As I say, no pack drill, but I know who you are. Right, back to my Google running order. I come to the point where I have to mention a special guest. Well, of course, you're all special guests, but this is an extra special guest. She was my daughter's babysitter when we lived in Oxford in the 1960s, and she was sweet 16. But sadly, she's stalked me all through my life, and she's here tonight on Paris Table. I talk, of course, of Sandra Lovett. The reason I mention Sandra really is that in 2006, she was independently a friend of Barbara and of myself, and she knew we were both lonely, so she arranged a blind date for the two of us. And the rest, as they say, is history. So my thanks, Sandra, for that. Right. Now, just to be serious for a moment, if I may, Barbara and I have both previously had long and happy marriages. In each case, they gave us two lovely and supportive girls. Unfortunately for both of us, our marriages ended sadly, and of course our own parents are long gone. Also, we've lost some dear friends along the way, so it's not possible to have everyone we love here with us today. But we know they're here with us in spirit, and they're not only in our thoughts today, but in our hearts. So, with them in mind, I wonder if you'd like to all please stand, and we'll drink a toast. To absent family and friends. Right, you all get to sit down now, aren't you? Right, I might, that bottom table, they're very slow, aren't they? Right.
Time delay.
Yeah, time delay. Right, I'll not keep you much longer, but just a few brief thoughts on marriage. Never go to bed angry. always stay up and argue. Always remember those 3 little words, specialist chaps, you're right dear. Always put the lid down and don't look up speeches on Google. And finally, as Shakespeare said, grow old with me, the best is yet to be. He needs to work on his English, that's right. We're here, of course, to celebrate. So my final toast is to our marriage and to all our friends here today. So if you're fit enough, please stand again. And we'll drink a toast to our marriage and to all our friends here today. All right, you get to sit down again. Right. Just one more thing. We've had lots of help in putting today together. From the flowers and the cake, to the invitations, the photographs, the makeup and the songs, not to mention the choosing, ordering and returning of 9 dresses. And finally, to the super staff here at Salford Hall. To each of you, our sincere thanks. Right, so that's the end of the formal bit. I've finished boring you. We want you to stay with us, please. You've got the run of the hotel, and of course you can stay in here. And I'm going to join you now in drinking myself silly. Thank you very much.
It's all about you. Then you whispered in my ear and you told me to. You said you made my life worthwhile. It's all about you.
And I would answer all your wishes if you asked me to. But if you deny me one of your kisses, don't know what I'd do.
So hold me close and say those 3 words like you used to do. Dancing on the kitchen top. Yes, you made my life worthwhile.
So I told you with a smile, it's all about
It's all about
It's all about
you.
you.
It's all about you, baby. It's all about you. It's all about you. We get it almost every night. When the moon is big and bright, it's a supernatural delight. Everybody's dancing in the moonlight. Everybody here is out of sight. They don't bark and they don't bite. They keep it loose, they keep it tight. Everybody's dancing in the moonlight. Dancing in the moonlight. Everybody's feeling warm and bright. It's such a fine and natural sight. Everybody's dancing in the moonlight. Dancing in the moonlight. Everybody here is feeling tight. It's a supernatural delight. Everybody's dancing in the moonlight.
I'd like to welcome Roger to our family, as well as you welcomed Barbara to your family. And that's all I'm going to say.
L is for the way you look at me. O is for the only one I see. B is so very, very extraordinary. E is even more than anyone that you adore can love. Is all that I can give to you. Love is more than just a game for two. Two in love can make it. Take my heart and please don't break it. Love was made for me and you. L is for the way you look at me. O is for the only one I see. very, very extraordinary, is even more than anyone that you adore can love, is all that I can give to you. Love is more than just a game for two. Two in love can make it. Take my heart and please don't break it. Love was made for me and you. Oh, love was made for me and